Have you been wondering how people are making these really cool Instagram carousels? You know, with the cool looking grids and the writing? Well, I'm going to show you. Let's dive in. All right, folks. So to make our nice looking carousels, we are going to be using a program called Canva. There's a free version and a paid version. I do have the paid version just because I use this a lot for my work. So all we're going to do, there's going to be two parts to this for making this really cool looking carousel. And I'm actually going to show you from how exactly I make it all the way to posting it. We're going to go all the way to posting it together. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to go over here to custom size. See here at the top, custom size, we're going to press that. And I've already done it, but what we're going to do is for the width, we're going to do 900. For the height, we're going to do 1200, and we're going to make sure the units is px. Okay, we're going to press create new design. Ta-da. So now this design we're making right away is for the seamless carousel. This isn't necessarily how the carousel is going to start. This is just going to show you how to make some cool looking grids and things like that. So we're going to go over here to one of our photos. We're going to go over to uploads. I've already uploaded the photos that I'm making. And this carousel, the theme is going to be birds on sticks. So birds on sticks from around the world. So we're going to start with this horizontal photo of a rufous hummingbird, and it's a 3x2. So horizontal photos in Instagram are 3x2s, and the vertical kind of portrait style are 4x5s. So this is a 3x2. So I just pressed it. And if you haven't uploaded any photos to Canva before, all you do is come up here, upload files, and you can just select any of your photos. So here, maybe I'll put this photo of myself in here just to show you. Open, and there it is. So now it's uploading to it. And if I wanted to select it, now that it's uploaded, I can press it and boom, it'll pop up in my little feed here. But we don't want that. So we have our 3x2 photo, and this is what's going to make a seamless carousel. So this is where you're going to be sliding and swiping. So it'll be two separate photos, but on Instagram, it'll look like one seamless photo. Okay, I'll put a little pop-up here to kind of show what I'm talking about when somebody slides through back and forth. So the way we do this is we take our 3x2 photo, and it's going to be going left to right. So I want the left side of the photo showing first. So I'm going to bring it down over here, and I'm going to use my mouse, see how it's letting me expand. I'm going to left click, and I'm going to expand it. I'm going to move it over, expand it again, move it over, and expand it again, and line it up. That's it. So it's just like a blank. So that's going to be the one side. We're going to come down here to add page, press that, and we're going to bring that photo back again. Okay, so I've pressed it over here, brought it back, and now we're going to do the other side. Same thing. Expand, expand, and expand. And we're going to move that over. Nice. There it is. That's it. So that's going to be one of our seamless carousels. Now you've noticed the new trend on Instagram is to put writing in these. So we're going to do that. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to come over here to the left side. We're going to go to text. We're going to press add text box. And then we're going to use a different kind of text. Let's try that one. I'm using, what is that? Amatic SC, just for fun. And we're going to put in Rufus. How do I spell Rufus? Rufus hummingbird. Let's make that way bigger. To make that text bigger, we're just going to come up here. We're going to press font size. Let's make it huge, right? We got tons of space. Rufus hummingbird. Maybe put it in the top left. Left click. We'll make it even bigger here. So you can press up here to the font size to adjust, or you can just press it and slide it. So Rufus hummingbird, we're going to put that in the top left. And then maybe for fun, we're going to put a little arrow so people know to scroll. So we're going to go up here to elements, and we're going to type in arrow. This is where the free version and the paid version will be different, because you see this little where it says pro on the graphic. So I pay for the pro version so I can use those, but there's lots of different free ones as well. You don't have to use the pro. The free version is great. I used it for years. I like this one. And just to flip my little arrow, you can either use this little scroll thing here, or you can go up here to flip, and I'm just going to go horizontal. Oop. I'm just going to go horizontal. I'm going to adjust the size. I'm going to adjust the color. I want it to be white. There we go. And then this little arrow sign here, that's going to allow us to move it. And we're just going to put it right there. That's how people know to scroll. That'll make sense that'll make more sense when I show you what it looks like at the end. And it looks a little bright, so I'm going to mess with the transparency. That's just the brightness of it. So up here, you see these little squares. It says transparency. I'm just going to make it faded a little bit more. So I'm going to scroll back. I kind of like it around there. So it's not as crazy. There we go. Rufus Hummingbird. Scroll, and then people will come to see that. Next thing I'm going to show you is how to make the cool looking grids that everybody is throwing up right now. Like some of them are a whole bunch of horizontal ones, or they have a bit of a mix. And the way you do that is you go to Elements again, and you just type in Photo Grid. And that's going to give you a whole bunch of options, or frames. I guess photo frames, photo grids. It knows what you want. So then if we go to See All, you have all different kinds of options here. And that's how people are getting creative and showing off different ones. So the one I'm going to pick here is just this one here. There we go. And that gets me this. I'm just going to line it up. And there we go. So this is how I'm going to put a bunch of horizontal photos in of birds on sticks. So we'll do this one. Put that up there. You can always, so what I'm doing here is I'm double clicking it, and that'll allow me to move it around here. I actually don't like that one, so I'm going to get rid of that. I just press backspace to get rid of it. I think I got better ones here. Yeah, let's do this one. That one will look cleaner. Yeah, there we go. So again, if I want to adjust it, I double click, left click on the mouse, and I can drag it so it just looks more lined up. So I'll do that. That looks good. So now when I go to post that, that'll be a cool looking little grid. And again, if I want to add writing, I'm going to go to text. I'm going to go to add text box. It's got everything already hooked up, so I'm going to go and put in superb. I'm going to do superb fairy wren. And I'm going to shrink that, move it up here, superb fairy wren. We're going to change the color. We'll make it, whoops, because I didn't, there we go. So just highlighted it, double clicked it, highlighted it to change the color. Superb fairy wren. And now instead of like going back to the text box and making it over again, all I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this, and this little plus, that's going to duplicate. And I'm going to bring that down here. And I'm going to do, there. It's feeling a little squished. Let me shrink it down. There. Just like that. We've got superb fairy wren, western meadowlark, bald eagle. Nice. So I'm going to do this same exact thing with a few other of my photos, like a couple of other grids. So an example, so if I press this duplicate page up here, that's going to make another grid here, but I don't want this grid, so I'm going to go up here, I'm going to do delete grid, and we're going to do a different one. So let's do one more. Let's do a different grid here. Let's do this one. So I like this one here. There we go. So now we got two 4x5s and one more horizontal. We'll go back to our uploads. What can fit in here? Let's do this guy. Put that at the top right. So there we go. So I just threw in their names there, and now we have a nice little set of grids. Now we have a nice little set of different kinds of grids, a seamless carousel, and now I can make more of these seamless carousels. But the next thing I'm actually going to show you, so this is just good for kind of our 3x2s and making these grids. These aren't good for those standard just 4x5s, and I'm going to show you what I mean right here, right now. So I'm going to delete this grid. So if I just throw this regular, got all the writing in there still. So if I just throw in this, regular 4x5, you'll notice that it doesn't fit, right? So it doesn't fit in here. I still got all the writing there. So see how it doesn't fit here? There's still all this white space at the top, so we don't want that. So if I want to put some writing or anything fancy in a regular 4x5, I got to do something different. So I'm going to go over here in the top. I'm going to go up here to the top of Canva where it has that plus. I'm going to press that. It's going to ask, what do I want to do? And actually, it already has one here for me. So it says Instagram post 4x5. That's what I want. So I'm going to press that. There we go. And now if I go over here to uploads, I'm going to make the title page of this carousel. And I'm going to use this guy, this little female wood duck. I'm going to increase it. Boom. See how that fits perfectly? That's what we want. Now I'm going to go to my text. Again, I'm going to add text box. That's not the same font that I had before. I want this one. And I'm going to write birds. I cannot spell. Birds of the world on sticks! Exclamation point. And I'm going to throw that up here. I'm going to make it huge. Birds of the world on sticks. Again, I can double click it. Sometimes it doesn't work, so I'm going to press down, hold, and highlight the whole thing. Come up here to text color. I can change that to white. Ta-doo! Birds of the world on sticks. We'll shrink it down a little bit more. Put it right there. Birds of the world on sticks. Birds of the world on sticks. Love it. Okay, so now I'm going to make a few more. I'm not going to bore you because I'm just going to be doing the same exact thing that we've already done. So I'm going to take all of these that I've just made. I'm going to add a bunch more to them, and then I'm going to export them, and then I'm going to show you how I make them into a carousel. If you want to export these, so if we go back to the one that we just made here, nothing fancy you really have to do. All we're going to do is go over here to the top right. We're going to press share. We're going to go to download. Okay. If there's certain pages you don't want, you can come over here to select pages and you can select whichever pages you want. So like this one's blank, so we don't want to do that. So I'm going to click it off. So we just want those 4 pages. For file type, I always do PNGs, but you can do just because it says it's best for complex images and illustrations, we're using our images. So I do that, but you can also do a JPEG and play around and see what you like. I like doing PNG. And then all we're going to do is press download. Okay, so now we're here in download. I usually just put it in my desktop. You can add it to a file or something like that. We'll just call this YouTube. We'll just call this Instapics. Instapics, that's going to go on the desktop. I'm going to press save. And now it's just going to show up on your desktop. And then to get it to your phone or wherever the way you post it, all you're going to do is go over and select them. And all I'm going to do here is just find them on my desktop. They're in this Instapics folder here. So they're just in that Instapics folder, and then I'm just going to highlight them, right-click, share, and airdrop to my phone. So I'm just going to make a couple of extra little seamless carousels and make it look pretty, and then we're going to move into my phone, and I'm going to show you how it actually all looks on Instagram. So let's do that. All right, folks, so now for this next part, all we're doing is we're opening up Instagram on our phones. We're going to come down here to the little plus sign. We're going to go to post. And we're going to be creating a carousel. So we're going to press this little button here that's going to allow us to select multiple photos. We don't want that one to be our first one. I just went ahead and made a whole bunch of other photos with a bunch of text. So we're going to start with this one. This is going to be our first one. Birds of the world on sticks. And then we're just going to go from there. We're going to select just a bunch of different ones. So birds of the world on sticks. And we're going to select the golden crowned kinglet, laughing kookaburra. And now we're going to do one of our seamless transitions. We're going to do the Rufous hummingbirds. We're going to select that. So that's how it's going to start, and then that's how it's going to end. That's all there is to it. You just boom, boom, select one, then the other. And now let's do one of our kind of multiple grid ones that we made. So we made this one, and sometimes it doesn't totally fit, and all you got to do is just press your finger and kind of move it up and down. See how it doesn't completely fit? But that's okay. We're just gonna move it around so that way it looks decent. That looks good to me right there. And then we're just gonna continue. Perfect. So that's good. We'll go to next. And here is where you can really see it. So there, Rufus Hummingbird. Whoop. See, it's just gonna be seamless transition. There's our multiple grid. Keeps going. American bush tit. Yep, looks good. That looks good. Yep. All right, that's it. Maybe we'll add some music to it. Next, we'll throw a caption on it. I'm just leaving it simple. Birds of the world on sticks. Add location. The world. That's it. And share. There you go, folks. There's our post. Birds of the world on sticks. Now let's see how our carousel looks. Kookaburra. Ah, look at that. Woo! Seamless. That's what we want. Rufus Hummingbird. Go over. Boom. There's our nice looking grid. Keep going. Nice. Birds are looking good. American bush tit. Again, seamless transition. Oh yeah, looks good. That's it. Just Canva, some text, and using the right dimensions. Well, thanks for watching, folks. And before you go, I got a free gift for you. It's a free bird photography settings cheat sheet. Link down there in the description below, and goodbye.